What if a single missile could defeat an entire country's air defense system in under 12 seconds? On March 13th, that stopped being a hypothetical. One Iranian missile was fired toward Tel Aviv. 15 separate warheads hit the ground. Iron Dome intercepted 0 of them. 47 people were killed. And Israel's own chief of staff admitted the next morning that they have no defense against what just happened. This is not a story about one attack. This is the moment an entire defensive doctrine became obsolete overnight. The attack began at 11:47 p.m. local time when Israeli radar detected a ballistic missile launch from western Iran. The launch looked familiar, consistent with Iran's Fatah-class missiles in both speed and trajectory. Air raid sirens activated across Tel Aviv and surrounding suburbs. Civilians had roughly 6 minutes to reach shelters. Defensive batteries powered up. Radar operators tracked the incoming threat. Every system was behaving exactly as designed. What happened next, no Israeli defense planner had wargamed before. At approximately 8 kilometers altitude during terminal descent, the missile did something no single ballistic missile had ever done over Israeli skies. It split. The warhead section separated from the booster and deployed a cluster mechanism, releasing 15 independent submunitions in under 2 seconds. Each submunition had its own GPS guidance system and control fins. They spread across a 3-kilometer radius centered on Tel Aviv. 30 seconds later, all 15 hit the ground. Iron Dome did not fire a single interceptor, not because the system malfunctioned, but because the physics made interception impossible. The weapon responsible is the Fatah 3, and it represents an engineering achievement Western intelligence agencies did not believe Iran could pull off. It is a 2-stage, solid-fuel ballistic missile roughly 14 meters long, weighing around 18,000 kilograms at launch. The first stage drives it to hypersonic velocity. The second stage is a hypersonic glide vehicle carrying the cluster payload, 15 submunitions, each weighing 40 to 50 kilograms, packed into a pneumatic dispenser. What makes this remarkable is not just the concept, it is that the deployment mechanism functions reliably at Mach 15, where temperatures exceed 1,000 degrees Celsius and deceleration forces hit 15 to 20 times the force of gravity. Iran solved an engineering problem the West said was years away from being solved. The reason Iron Dome failed is not a software bug or a radar gap, it is physics. From the moment the Fatah 3 deploys its submunitions at 8 kilometers altitude to the moment they hit the ground is approximately 12 seconds. Iron Dome requires 5 to 7 seconds just to establish a stable track and predict an impact point. Then another 2 to 3 seconds to calculate an intercept solution. Then 4 to 6 more seconds for the interceptor to reach its target. That totals 11 to 16 seconds minimum. Against a single target traveling in a predictable arc, it works. Against 15 independently maneuvering objects arriving simultaneously with 12 seconds of flight time, the math simply does not work. The precision of the submunitions adds another layer of threat. Each one carries a GPS receiver programmed with specific target coordinates, capable of hitting within 2 to 5 meters of its aim point. That means a single Fatah 3 launch can be programmed to strike 15 different buildings, 15 sections of a military installation, or 15 scattered positions across a city, simultaneously. This transforms a ballistic missile from a blunt instrument into a precision strike package. One launch decision produces 15 separate, accurate impacts. No defensive system currently deployed anywhere in the world can counter that combination of speed, volume, and precision. Iran previously had 2 separate capabilities, hypersonic missiles with single warheads and cluster munitions on subsonic platforms. The Fatah 2 carried speed without multiplication. The Khorram R4 carried cluster warheads without speed. The Fatah 3 merges both into one system, and in doing so, it vaults past every defensive architecture currently fielded by any nation. Western intelligence missed this, Israeli planners did not prepare for it, and the $20 billion spent building Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow 3 layered defenses that worked against every prior threat could not stop a single Fatah 3 on its first operational use. The strategic consequences go beyond the 47 killed. Insurance companies have already begun refusing to cover buildings in Tel Aviv. Airlines are suspending routes, businesses are relocating, and if Iran can produce even 4 to 6 Fatah 3 missiles per month, it can sustain a campaign that Israel's existing interceptor stockpiles, already under strain after 2 weeks of intensive strikes, cannot absorb. Worse, there is no clear upgrade path. This is not a gap that better software closes. The intercept window of 12 seconds is a physical constraint, not a technical one. One missile, 15 submunitions, Mach 15 speed, 12 seconds from deployment to impact, 0 intercepts. The Fatah 3 did not just kill 47 people on March 13th, it killed the assumption that Israel's air defenses made its cities safe. 2 decades of investment in layered architecture were rendered obsolete in under 30 seconds. The question now is not whether Iron Dome needs an upgrade. The question is, what kind of defense doctrine replaces one that has been fundamentally defeated, and whether any nation on Earth currently has an answer to that